or choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Ferd as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Ferd.
The Buckeyes won. The Huskers won. The Stars won. It was a great Saturday in Lincoln for Rocky Russo, of course. Alexander Fern here with you as well. Just a great weekend in sports in general. Playoff baseball continuing to be in full swing. A great slate of college football. A very eventful weekend of college football with a lot of movement happening, perhaps some that pertains to the locality here in Lincoln. But again, welcome into the Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern again here with you. Rocky Russo alongside. Rocky, how are we doing on this little bit rainy Tuesday evening?
I'm just sitting here thinking about what it would be like to make $153,000 a week for the next 6 years.
I don't even know if I'm going to be making that for like the next 30 years of my life.
You're not. Unless you suddenly become the fired head coach at Penn State University. We were just chatting before we came on, and we actually had a pretty long-winded conversation about this last year. And I'm not sure it pertains to guys like James Franklin that have $50 million buyouts, but the gut reaction of fans and now athletic directors or team owners that just fire coaches so fast without any sort of thought process about their families and their lives and their wives and their children and what have you. I mean, How many different head coaches have been fired in college football this year?
We got 9 openings already.
9 openings already. I mean, that is insanity. And you get a quick uptick whenever you make a coaching change. That's just kind of how it works. But does it last long term? It really doesn't if you don't have the right players. You've got to have the right players. You've got to have the right culture. James Franklin was, like you just said, Alex, a field goal away from being in the national championship game 9 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, they're bad losses. They're bad losses, but it makes me think about, the Nebraska fans that told me, well, we wish we still had Bo Pelini, we wish we still had Frank Solich, like you said, where you think you're making a change for the better and who are you going to go get? Well, obviously the guy here in Lincoln is the hot topic. We'll see. It's always hard when him and his wife and the whole family are from that town. I didn't realize that his wife was from there too, but
I think he said yesterday in his press conferences, like, my wife decides where we live or whatever it was. But
all right, well, you just put it on her that you're leaving. Then I don't know. I mean, he certainly didn't say he wasn't leaving, and who could blame him?
No,
this is like the greatest place ever, Lincoln, Nebraska. I honestly, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, I love it here, but if you can move home, do the same job for probably double the money, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And there's a team in Youngstown in this league. If they called and said, we'll give you the double the money to coach this in the league and do the same job, like, how do I say no? Now the difference is my wife isn't from there. And so if my wife was like, well, I really, really don't want to leave Lincoln for X, Y, and Z, then you consider it. But it's interesting. So I don't feel bad for James Franklin because he's making $666,000 a month for the next 6 years. But this desire to just fire people so fast is insane. The amount of work that coaches put in, the casual fan has no idea. The amount of hours that you spend away from your family, the video, the stress. I mean, it's unbelievable. Your entire livelihood is in the hands of a teenager, and you have to do everything you can to get the teenager to do things right. And anybody that has parents knows, or has children knows how hard that is. And so we hold coaches to this insane standard. It's like, the person that's working the desk at the Hampton Inn across the street here gives you the wrong room key, and then you want them fired. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me how quickly we react as fans, and what an incredible turnaround 9 months later after being a kick away from being in the national championship game.
Coach, I do have to ask, is there any part of you as an Ohio State fan that can identify with Penn State fans? I heard someone call James Franklin Penn State's version of John Cooper.
Well, yeah, of course, because if you're going to replace James Franklin with Jim Tressel, fine, let's go. Right? Is there Jim Tressel out there? Are you going to replace Jim Tressel with Urban Meyer? Is Urban Meyer out there? Like, I don't know. Put it this way. They better have a plan in place. And if it's not the guy that lives here in Lincoln, I don't know that there's a really exciting name, because Urban Meyer and Nick Saban are not going to take that job, right? Like, it is what's his face? Bill, who was
Bill O'Brien?
Bill O'Brien.
He's not coming back.
Is he at Boston College?
Yeah.
But he worked there, right? He was coordinator there, and then
he took over after everything broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like, are you gonna hire the next Scott Frost and the up and coming guy? Like, you always hear Matt Campbell, you always hear the same name. Signetti's not leaving Indiana, right? There's certain guys that
have really good agents.
Yes, and so their names get thrown in the hat, and I've learned about that actually in the last couple of years. The value of a media team behind you putting your name out for certain jobs to keep your name in the which I think is wild. I never even considered that as a coach. But it'll be interesting. And you know what? I hope Matt doesn't leave. I hope Matt stays. He's doing such an awesome job here. But if he leaves for the right reasons for his family. I think you can understand that. And as a Husker fan, it would be disappointing, but you got to do what you got to do for your family. So that's an interesting, John Cooper wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy. And Jim Tressel was able to take it to the next level. But Jim Tressel had won multiple national championships. Like, Jim Tressel's a special human being. And the only thing that people remember about him is that his players traded some of their gold pants for some tattoos, which is ridiculous. That would be the most minor offense ever in the NCAA right now. Bryce Underwood makes $12 million a year to maybe throw 10 touchdown passes. So at the end of the day, that's all. The only thing Jim Tressel is known for. The reality is Jim Tressel is one of the greatest football coaches there ever was, one of the greatest humans there ever was. He was a leader. He was an ambassador for the university, whether it was Youngstown State or Ohio State. If you know you got a guarantee, fine, then you make the change. But they better hope they have a guarantee, because he's brought that program back from the ashes, to say the least, with the whole situation. And I mean, I've always been a big Joe Paterno fan. I remain a Joe Paterno fan. I like to believe that maybe it's completely made up in my brain, but that he didn't know what was going on. Because I grew up looking at that guy being like, I just love the way he coaches and the way he handles his play. And I met him very young. I met him in an elevator very young, and he was such a nice man. He was older. I mean, even when he was 40, he looked like he was 80. But he was always just like grandpa, right? And did such a good job. And so you want to pull for a program like Penn State, even if you want to beat them when you're playing them on a Saturday. It's the Big Ten, and I root for the Big Ten. So I hope that they figure it out. And selfishly, as a transplant here into Lincoln, I hope that it's not Matt. But if it is, it's best for his family, I guess.
We do have actually a good opportunity to talk about what happened at the Icebox this weekend against the Madison Capitals. We can go ahead and get into the Stars getting the win on Saturday against the Madison.
Was there a tailgate or something before the game that I wasn't aware of? Was a volleyball match across the way?
There was a volleyball game at 8, I think, on Friday. On Saturday, though, the Huskers did pull out the win legit as the Star dropped for our intros on Saturday. The Huskers got that big win on the road against Maryland.
Yeah, and obviously coming off of the win against Michigan State the weekend before, so things are rolling in the right direction there for the football team. Volleyball team, I assume, is still number 1 in the country.
Yeah, they swept number 12 Purdue on earlier this weekend too.
Probably didn't take them very long either. And the Stars won a hockey game.
Yeah, and
we probably should have won 2 games this weekend. Analytically speaking, we were the much better team on Friday. We still were struggling with finding the back of the net, and made 2 mistakes and lost a real low scoring tight game, right?
Yeah.
But Saturday we kind of got it going a little bit, and still scoring only coming from one line, but more chances coming from some other lines. The penalty kill, clean slate again, power play.
3 special teams goals.
3 special teams goals. We called the penalty shot goal a special teams goal, because it is, right? It's a penalty shot drawn by a minor penalty called, and so I think that should count as a power play. In fact, I'm going to take that up with somebody, but I don't know if I'll get anywhere with it. But I mean, that you don't get the opportunity unless a penalty is called. So
I agree with you.
And then 2 nice power play goals. Obviously, Pelly gets the first one, and Loomer gets the second one. But the effort was just great.
Yes,
the effort was great. The compete level was there, and the energy in the room, the energy on the bench, felt like last year a bit with the way the energy was buzzing on the bench, and that got me and our staff really excited.
Yeah, Alex Pelletier, 4 goals on the weekend. USHL forward of the week, now tied amongst in the top of the USHL leaderboard with 7 goals this season across the Stars. 7 games, goals in 5 straight for him as well. He's been really, really good for Lincoln. You mentioned the penalty shot goal that he had, the other 2 goals, the power play goal. He had the 5-on-5 goal. all really close net front scenario tallies as well. Of course, the penalty shot goal is going to be net front scenario, but they weren't flashy per se.
Well,
Sans the
that
penalty
power
shot
play
goal.
goal was a snipe from
Yeah.
outside the dots, but the other ones were around the net. And Pelly's always been a guy that plays around the net. He's a hard nosed 200-foot blue collar type of player, and he gets rewarded for doing the hard things. And I mean, he's got 7 and 7. I would say don't expect him to get to 62, obviously. But a name that a lot of Stars fans will know is Logan Genuine, who spent a year here.
You had him in the Null, didn't you?
I had him in the North American Hockey League in Amarillo, and he scored 60 and 60 that year. And so it can be done, but I think that we'll taper the expectations and just be really excited for Alex in the moment right now.
What is it like having a guy, and I don't want to revert back to that, but Logan Genuine having those 60 goals that season? Like, what is it like as a coach knowing that you have pretty typically the best goal scorer in junior hockey?
Logan's special, obviously, the way he could score, but he had 2 outstanding line mates. Gabriel Seeger plays the American League in the Detroit system right now, and Alex Peterson was on the other wing there, and those guys were hard to play against. They were strong. They distributed pucks. They extended possession. That was just a great line, probably the best line in the North American Hockey League that year. But I remember we were down by 2 with about 3 minutes left in the game. No, we were down by 1 we took a penalty right at the end of the game. And he goes, "Put me on the ice." And I was like, "You haven't killed a penalty all year." He goes, "Well, worst case scenario, they're going to score and we're going to lose, right?" He goes, "So just put me on the ice." I said, "All right." So he goes out and he immediately just takes the puck from the defenseman, skates down. The defenseman's hanging on his shoulders, and he snipes, tie game. And he comes back to the bench. Now there's under a minute left. It's tie game. And he goes, "I'm not getting off." And he's like, "I'm too tired to play overtime. I'll be back in a second." And the puck drops and he steals it again and he skates down and he snipes again. And we win 3-2. And he was just like, we got to go home. There's a long drive from Shreveport back to Amarillo. But he had that ability. He scored 5 goals in a game down in Odessa. He was a handful too, let me tell you. But a great kid. I still have a really good relationship with him, and it was fun to be a part of, is the short answer. You get special years like that where you get a guy that's just everything's clicking, and that team was really special top to bottom. If you look at that roster, almost every guy in that team played Division I college hockey. A lot of them are still playing pro hockey. And so the goalie on that team just won the German championship last year in Mannheim or whatever. And it's just those guys are having a lot of success at the pro level. And so having something in your pocket where they can go score like that is great. Pelly hasn't proven he's capable of that yet, but Pelly's working really, really hard to generate his chances, and he deserves what he's getting so far.
Yeah, Saturday also brought like a lot of atmosphere too. The crowd was into it the entire night, and feel free to chime in on the text line 402-464-5685. Not sure if we have anything on that yet, but
we do.
A lot of back and forth jockeying in terms of physicality. You said we got something?
We got 2 somethings. We will start with this from 6435. Coach, how do you feel about fighting?
How do I feel about fighting? I think fighting is very, very necessary in the game of hockey. I think fighting actually keeps the game safer. And the reason for that is because there's no other sport where you're actively carrying a weapon while you're playing. You have a baseball bat and baseball, but you don't take it out in the field with you. So you have a weapon, and that weapon becomes very dangerous when it's not policed. And so, yes, you have officials out there that call the games and they do their best to keep control. Going back to the point Alex was starting to make, the control got lost in the game on Saturday quite a bit. And so there are moments when fighting is necessary. Guys know if they're going to play reckless and dirty, they're going to have to answer the bell. It also becomes, like the situation at the end of the game, where a 6'3", 210-pound guy who's frustrated because his team's losing 4-0 decides he's going to start punching a guy half his size in the side of the head like that. I don't care for that either. And he got a suspension for it, but two willing combatants or a guy that has to answer the bell for a dirty hit, I think that keeps the game safe. It keeps the game unique. And I think it's one of the things that makes hockey special.
Then we got this from Chase B. What's the thing you're spending the most time coaching with this year's team?
Oh dear. Right now it's line rushes and an offensive zone play. And so when you're struggling to score goals, you have to be able to generate chances on your line rushes. And I actually had a pretty long talk with our former assistant, George Lewis, who's now Penn State.
Circling back all of a sudden to the top of the
Taking
show.
over for James Franklin. Cool.
I'm sure he does. I wonder if he can get a couple bucks from him. Penn State started the year 0-9 last year. And their jobs were certainly very much on the hot seat. And they turned that into a Frozen Four appearance. And I said, hey, we're struggling right now. I've never been through this, honestly. And this is year 21. And I've never been in an 0-6 to start the year scenario. And he goes, we really drilled down on our line rush offense early on. And we said, we can't score 5-on-5 in zone. Our power play is struggling. You can't seem to get anything going. Try to generate chances off your line rushes. See if you can start to build some momentum off that. And so that's something that we've spent a lot of time on. And then our offensive zone play into our transition defense has been really important for us. And so, it's a lot of new guys. And when you have as many new guys as you do, you not only are you teaching systems, but you're teaching habits. And you're teaching non-negotiables, and you're teaching little details that don't get picked up overnight. And so a lot of times you win some early games where you're not playing really well, you lose some games, and you just kind of figure it out. And unfortunately, we're on the wrong end of 6 straight, and we probably didn't deserve to lose all 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat ourselves a handful of times in those 6, but that's the end result. And so you got to try to find a way to get things going. Now, with the win on Saturday, the guys feel good. I think we can play a little loose now. I think we can not maybe grip the stick so tight and feel confident moving forward.
That's I've tried to get that across to people, on the broadcast side of things. Is listen, we're not losing all these games by 4 or 5 goals. It's 2-goal decisions. It's it's a bounce here, a bounce there, and you saw it happen. Hockey is such a sport where if sometimes it feels like everything that can go wrong does go wrong.
Well, I mean, I've said this before. I'm a big believer in the hockey gods, and if you're going to cheat it a little bit, you're not going to get rewarded. You're not going to get that bounce. You're not going to, and we were trying to cheat it a little bit, and a lot of places where some of our players came from, they could cheat it, and they were just more talented than the players they were playing against, and so. Here, you cheat it. You give up an odd man rush. You cheat it defensively. You get beat to the net. You cheat it a little bit. You take a penalty. Whatever it is, you end up getting finding yourself on the wrong side of things. And so we've started to really embrace doing things the right way. And we had a lot of guys kind of dipping their toe in the water in regards to, are they really committed to doing the little things? Are they really willing to invest in what we're trying to accomplish? And now I think that group of guys who's just have their toe in the water is a much, much smaller group. And so there's more guys that are invested in it. I think we'll get to the point where everybody's either all in, or you'll see that a few guys have to go. And that's also the nature of roster management, is sometimes guys are good players, or they're just not always a good fit. And, we had to make a trade today that we'll announce tomorrow that was necessary for the better good of the entire team. And, I really enjoy all the players that we coach, and nothing's ever personal, and sometimes it's just not always the right fit.
Speaking of, taking that investment into, your players, a couple of former guys having good starts to their, other upper echelon of their careers. Noah Laba gets his first NHL point the other night for the New York Rangers.
2 assists that game, right?
Yeah. He was really good for them. He's been, of course, you mentioned a fan favorite out of camp for the Rangers. Tanner Hendricks and Jan Shostak get their first career goals, points, and then wins for the former goaltender and defenseman from last year's club. Caden Harrington off to a really good start in his college career as well. Just seeing those guys go out there, have success on the ice, lead the charge of whether that be, youth movements on teams or, contributing for a team that is trying to make that run. That's got to be really cool for you to see.
Yeah, Danny Schlane and Hunter Anderson are doing a good job there at Duluth.
Mm-hmm.
If you dig back a little bit further,
Joey Pierce was named the captain, I think,
Joey
at Duluth
Pierce
as well.
Was named the captain at Minnesota Duluth. He was on our team the first year here. Antonio Fernandez was the defenseman of the week in the ECAC last week. He had a goal and an assist against Boston College.
Tanner Ludke, I think, had a shootout winner for Minnesota the other day.
So, I mean, we're proud of all the guys that are advancing and playing at higher levels of hockey and doing a great job. And that's part of, we're humbled. I'm humbled to be a part of their development and their growth as a student athlete. And, that tree grows bigger and wider as the more years you coach. And so it's great to be able to follow these guys along and see their success and what they're able to accomplish. And you feel good that you were a little part of their development as they moved up the ladder.
All right, we're going to take a bit of a break. When we come back, more Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 19th, enjoy USDA Choice T-bone steaks for $13.99 per pound. Whole short loin, $9.99 cut and wrapped for free. Bone-in smoked pork chops, $4.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs, $19.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Markets in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Get in and win with Limitless Male Medical, the men's health experts. We are the proven leaders in testosterone and peptide therapy. Don't play around with a sub-shop franchise that just popped up. At Limitless Male, this is serious medicine. Full lab panels, real providers, years of experience focused only on men's health. Don't be fooled by crash course owners. Trust the team that knows hormones inside and out. Limitless Male Medical. Your health is not a game.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Fern.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Outside the Box here from downtown Lincoln. Alexander Fern, happy to be with you. Now being joined alongside two Stars players. We've got, we've got Cade Kohansky all the way down there in the black hoodie, and then we've got Drew Nelson over here in the Navy Hermantown High School get up as well. So, boys, how are we doing this evening?
Good.
Just fantastic. That's good to hear. So I first question I kind of want to ask about, Cade, you're committed to go to Minnesota Duluth. You guys both being from that area. Growing up, UMD fans, I assume, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
I'm a UMD fan as well.
Drew, grab that mic a little closer for me. People want to hear you.
Yeah, I'm also a UMD fan as well. Growing up watching them.
You can move it too. Don't worry, you won't break anything. I can promise you that. You guys go to a lot of games at Amsoil then when you guys were kids?
When we were younger, yeah, we'd go. Yeah, for
quite
sure.
a bit. Were sectionals ever at? Because when I was in college, it seems like there was some high school games played in Amsoil a little bit.
Yeah, we had our fair share of playoff games in that rink. So
Okay.
Yeah, all the Section 7 games are in Amsoil. So
Okay, good. Cade, your second year with the Stars. Drew, this is your first taste of USHL hockey. How have you been enjoying the USHL, and how have you been enjoying Lincoln since you got here?
Yeah, so actually I was here last year at training camp, and I ended up going back to Alaska, and then I ended up coming back here for a couple games in the middle of the year, and I love it here. And I think great staff and great program, and yeah, it's been really fun.
So you camp, back to high school, now back to USHL, now of course full time. in the league. What's the biggest difference between high school hockey and this league? Is it the speed? Is it the size? What is it for you?
I would definitely say the speed. Like as far as like decisions have to be made quicker, and guys are a lot better. You can't really get caught lacking at all. As soon as you do, like the team's got an on-man rush going the other way or some sort of offense. So yeah, it's definitely been a big jump for me, but I feel like I'm starting to get used to it now.
Cade, you're fairly used to it, but I'm going to refrain from asking you that kind of question. Have you guys been enjoying, this season? Of course, rough start, getting our first win though on Saturday against the Madison Capitals, getting ready to head to Waterloo. Of course, it's always fun to play the Hawks out in Waterloo. We've played them, I think, 5 years in a row in the postseason, so it's a fairly good budding rivalry. Have you guys been, enjoying gelling with the team so far this season?
It's been good. Obviously you don't want to start 0-6, but I think we've just been like super close to winning almost every single game. So finally get that first one feels really good. So
yeah, I would agree. I think having this struggle here early in the year can be helpful for us along the road. I think that after getting that first win, the boys know like we can win games, and hopefully we can go on a run here.
How much does, seeing that, the final score go up 4-0, final buzzer going, how much does that kind of, energize the guys going into a game week?
I think it just gave everyone so much confidence because, we've just been chasing that win for so long.
Against a really good Madison team, too, by the way.
They're a good team, too. So it's like we know we can play with these teams. So,
yeah, I can completely agree. Huge game from Prowser. That was huge, and I feel like we finally started to get some offense rolling too. So yeah, it was overall a really good game.
Yeah, Will Prowse had the shutout on Saturday against Madison. Only allowed 2 goals all weekend, might I add, by the way. So a really good weekend for them. Alex Pelletier, natural hat trick on Saturday. You just rolled your eyes, Drew. That was something to watch.
Special player right there. I mean, it's not really surprising. I mean, watching it, like, some people might be surprised by it, but me, no, not really.
It was a crazy weekend
he
for
does
him.
that stuff all the time. So
You guys you're a defenseman, Drew, so I don't know if you've ever had a chance to put 3 in the back of the net.
no, I have not. I've had 2 in a game, but
Okay.
still chasing 3.
Cade?
I don't think since high school.
Okay.
So like a couple of years.
Okay. Well, what is it like on the bench, Cade? And like when those, you see the first one going, it's a penalty shot goal, might I add. Then you go power play goal, 5-on-5 goal. What's it like on the bench watching him just, fire pucks in the back of the net?
I mean, like this weekend watching it was just like the best feeling because finally the pucks are starting to go in. But it was just cool seeing he had all 3. I mean, he's been scoring all year, like you've seen it. So
he's got 7 goals in 7 games.
I know. So I mean, it wasn't super surprising that it was him, but it was just nice seeing someone start to score finally. So
what is it's hard to really gauge where a team is going to be this early in the season. Like there's maybe like one like consistent like assessment I can make on a team, and that's like Dubuque is going to be really good this season. Everybody else, it's all up in the air. But still, like you said earlier, Cade, you were 1 bounce away from winning a lot of these games early in the season, and everything is such under a magnifying glass this early. Like when things aren't going your way, it's like, oh, the power play's over going into Saturday. The penalty kill hasn't been good. Perfect on the penalty kill, 2 power play goals, penalty shot goal, and the result of drawing a penalty. You get to see those pucks go in the back of the net. You get to feel the momentum kind of swing in your guys' favor in that game. I talked to Coach Russo about it on Saturday in Coach's comments. He said that he's not a big believer in momentum from week to week games. Are you guys in the room big believers in that kind of sense, or do you just feel like you got to make your own momentum going into practices?
I mean, I could see how you could easily shift the momentum during the week of practice, but also at the same time, like just the confidence side of it. I feel like if you're not winning many games, like going into a big game like that or a big weekend like that, like you might not have a lot going into that first game. So it's kind of hard to gain some from nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to also just add, I feel like we have a pretty like new group of guys here this year. And so I feel like now like some of the systems, like a lot of guys are learning new systems now that everyone's finally adapting to those. They're not gripping the stick as tight, and we're kind of just playing a little bit more loose. It's kind of nice to just see some progress.
It felt like on Saturday for the first time this season, you guys were playing and having fun. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, because you mentioned like gripping the stick too tight, you get down on yourself. Like one bounce doesn't go your way, it's hard to come back from that kind of thing. But you get those bounces to go your way. Momentum is such a funny thing in sports. One thing goes your way, everything else starts going your way after that. And it was really fun to watch you guys play on that Saturday against Madison. Seeing the hat trick, of course, getting the building on fire, the back and forth in terms of body contact between us and Madison. That could be a topic for a different conversation. But like it was really fun to just kind of watch that from a spectator's perspective up in the press box where I was. But okay, we're gonna have to talk about it. The back and forth between us and Madison. I think we had, by my count, 6 different guys kicked out of that. I think kicked out of that game. 4 or 5 or 6 guys kicked out.
Good amount, yeah.
Yeah, and have you guys ever experienced anything like that before?
Playing in the Null last year, yes.
Okay.
Yes, more common. In
What's
the Null,
the
for sure.
story about? Give me an example if you remember off the top of your head.
Okay. So we had a game in Fairbanks, big rival for us back in Anchorage, and we actually had, I think, like 4 guys from each team get kicked out and end up being a brawl in the hallway.
In the hallway
during the game, yes.
In the hallway,
like where the locker rooms are.
So did you guys have to both go off? Is it both different tunnels to get you guys off, or was it same
tunnel?
Oh, okay, that was the
yeah,
problem.
that's the
Okay,
problem.
Congestion there. When I was a kid, funnily enough, they didn't used to let the opposing team come through the Zamboni tunnel at the ice box. It used to be that tunnel was the same, as though the opposing team would go off first. They'd have to go all the way down towards that restroom, go out that way, and peel around to the left, go all the way down to that hallway where their locker room is. So back then it was always fun, especially when we had Omaha at our rink. It was always a fun time. Kate, have you ever? I know last year a game against Sioux Falls got pretty heated. I think it would have been in April, or was it Sioux City or Sioux Falls? Okay.
Sioux City and Sioux City. We had I don't know. I think we had 3 fights or something.
Okay.
There's a lot of penalty minutes, but yeah, playing in the Null, we had a couple of games like that where it's just kind of gets out of hand and it just doesn't stop.
We've only had 1 fight, I think, by my recollection. That was Sloper, I think, in the home opener against Sioux Falls, if I remember correctly. But
I think also our team kind of embraced the chaos there in that game. We used it as kind of momentum and kind of fired us up. Just yeah, let's go win this thing.
That was the funny thing was another UMD commit in Joshua Polak gets taken off the ice. They have to go grab him back. He skates back to the bench and he's hyping up the guys as he's coming off. And then they have to send him to the penalty box because he still committed another penalty. That was, oh boy, it was back and forth. And then you have it was a fun game to watch as a fan too. You gave people a lot of things to cheer about. You got the hat trick, the shutout. You have the back and forth in terms of penalties. Of course, it did get a little awkward when we had 10-minute stoppages to review something or to try to figure things out. But at the end of the day, hey, a win's a win. I'm not going to complain about it at all. So you guys both being Minnesota kids, it's Nebraska-Minnesota week in terms of football. Nebraska goes on the road to face the Gophers. Is it called TCF Bank Stadium still, or is it still something different where the Gophers play? Do you guys remember?
I think it's still called the same.
Okay. Well, were you guys big Gopher, football subscribers, or were you just straight Vikings all the way? Or were you guys Duluth fans? I know they got a good D2 program up there.
Honestly, haven't really been a big college football fan.
Okay.
But more just college hockey. I'm more of a Vikings fan, but yeah, not really
Okay.
big in following the Gophers football team.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of college football. Vikings for sure, though. Yeah.
I
Okay.
would say I'm more of a Nebraska fan now than I am.
Okay. Yeah, how does that for you guys moving from, up in Duluth to coming to Lincoln, seeing what Saturday in downtown Lincoln looks like? How is that? How much of a shock is that for you guys moving down here?
I mean, I think it's awesome. I mean, it's cool. We don't have a big school up there. UMD is a smaller school and they have hockey and that's about it. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to come down here and see a big football program and be able to go and watch some of those games. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just cool seeing the tailgates and stuff on the weekends. It's just nuts downtown.
Have you guys been able to catch a game yet in your time here? I'm sure. Kate, have you been to a game?
Me and Drew went to one earlier this year,
Okay.
training camp.
Okay,
But I didn't
cool.
go to any last year. No.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the light show.
Yeah, that was cool.
You guys went to the Akron game?
Yeah.
First game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was at that one too, funnily enough. But it's a fun time to go to those. Have you guys been able to catch a volleyball game
Yeah.
yet? Okay.
Yeah, we went to one together too.
Okay, yeah, those are fun too. I went to the games at PBA like early, I think it would have been August, September-ish, right before our season started. So yeah, it was
Yeah, they're really good too.
yeah, volleyball's unbelievable here in Lincoln. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more miscellaneous talk with Kate Kahansky and Drew Nelson outside the box, 93.7 The Ticket.
No cravings, no hunger pains, no struggle. Thanks to GLP-1s from Limitless Mail, weight loss is possible. Picture this. Your clothes fit better, your energy's up, your doctor's impressed, and your friends start noticing. Limitless Mail's GLP-1 program is medically monitored and changing men's lives. There's no better time than now to get on board. Lose the weight, better your health, gain your confidence without being hungry. Free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 19th, enjoy USDA Choice T-bone steaks for $13.99 per pound. Whole short loin, $9.99 cut and wrapped for free. Bone-in smoked pork chops, $4.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs, $19.99 each when you buy two. That's all at Fairway Meat Markets in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of scattered showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 67. Tonight, cloudy skies continuing with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy, the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Ferd.
Final segment of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern here with you. Kate Kohansky and Drew Nelson are joining along on this. It's a bit of a damp, rainy Tuesday. Probably not great golf weather, in all honesty, right, guys?
No, not at all.
What is your ideal weather for the game of golf?
I like a little mid-70s, absolutely no wind. If there's any wind, then yeah,
Do you not like the wind because of the feeling of it, or do you not like the wind because it messes up every shot that you take?
Shots,
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And it gets in your head too.
I would rather play in rain than heavy winds.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Kate?
I don't know. Definitely no wind. Probably sunny, like 70s. I don't know. That's about it. Like,
what's your favorite course to play around town?
Hillcrest.
We've been playing Hillcrest because his billet brother has a membership and he works there, so
okay,
he gets us on there. But
my dad lives in Eagle, all the way by the I can't remember the name of the course down
Woodland Hills.
Yeah, Woodland Hills. He lives right off a hole 6 at Woodland Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah, we've played that one.
That's a nice one too. We played that one.
Proud sponsor of the Lincoln Stars, by the way. Hashtag. But
you get some.
Yeah, give me some
rounds there.
Bring it up with the business administration side of things. So we're kind of in a bit of a dead area for golf tournaments in that kind of thing, at least right now. I know we've got a tournament, I think, coming up the next week or two. But what is out of the big four, what's your guys' favorite to watch?
The Masters for sure.
I'd say the Masters too. Or like when they do the Ryder Cup, like they did a couple weeks ago. That was
it was cool to watch until
Except
the
you're getting
U.S. just
smoked.
got absolutely throttled for the first 2 days, but made it close at the end though. They did mount a bit of a comeback.
They did, yeah.
Growing up, it was Tiger for me. Like that's who your favorite golfer was. Did you guys have somebody growing up who?
Yeah, so my favorite golfer is John Rahm, which unfortunately he plays in the Live Tour now. But yeah, I would still say he's my favorite golfer.
I liked Jordan Spieth when he had that run like a while ago. He was doing really good.
I liked Ricky Fowler as a kid a little bit too, because he would
Ricky
always color code his outfits, and I thought that was cool. And I was
the
like
bright orange,
13 years old, but
Yeah, I got to watch him play at the 3M Open. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah, in the city,
yeah, got to watch him play there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. How much they do a lot of fairly good tournaments at 3M, don't they?
Yeah, they do some pretty good ones up there. I mean, it's a really nice course. I'm hoping to go out there and play it one of these times. I've got a couple of buddies that have played on the course, and that's unbelievable. So,
what's your guys' handicaps?
I would say I'm around like a 6 handicap.
Okay,
you're 6.
I would probably say around there. Yeah,
I'm probably about the same.
What's the lowest you guys have shot?
I've shot a.
You can give me front 9 or hole 18. You can give me whatever you want.
My home course back home, I shot a 73, par 72, so 1 over.
Okay, not bad.
I shot this summer actually an easier course, but I shot a 69 on a 71, so 2 under.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the worst you guys have shot?
Oh,
probably a little bit harder to remember than the best.
Yeah,
probably my first ever high school golf meet. As a freshman, I shot like 102. I think it was like snowing out too. So.
You golfed in high school for like?
Yeah, I golfed for my high school golf team.
Really?
Yeah, my freshman and my sophomore year, and then I just had too much hockey going on, so I didn't play anymore in my junior and senior year. So
I had to call golf in high school for Lincoln Pius X once upon a time.
Yeah.
It was I was not good at it, but who else was going to do it, right? So
yeah, just I don't think I have the mental capacity to play competitive golf anymore. So
we're getting into the last couple of minutes of the show. We'll talk a little bit Minnesota Vikings. They had coming off of a bye week. I believe they're getting JJ McCarthy back for this week, if I'm remembering correctly. But how are you guys feeling about the good old Vikings right now?
Bit of a wild card at the quarterback position right now.
Playing the Eagles on Sunday at noon, by the way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do if they're going to give JJ McCarthy a chance again. Like Carson Wentz is playing pretty well. I mean, he had a shaky week last week, but hopefully JJ McCarthy can end up proving himself here in the upcoming weeks.
What are you thinking, Cade?
I don't know. Hopefully they can win. That's all I care about.
Win by any means necessary. That's your guys'.
Exactly. Philadelphia didn't look too good last week, so.
I mean, listen, that's a good mindset to have as an athlete. You know, don't matter how pretty it looks, just get out there and you win, and that's all everybody's going to care about. You guys have any? I've asked this to everybody that we've had on the show so far this season. Nominations for next week's show. Who are we thinking?
I'm gonna pick Aiden Jantz.
Okay. Is there any specific reasoning behind that?
I don't know. I think he just
think he'd be a good radio personality.
Yeah, he's got a good personality.
Yeah, you stole mine. He's an energetic guy, but I would probably say I want to see Will Corton on here.
So we got a Lakeville kid. Okay, I like that. I like that duo right there. Actually, it's two good forwards, kind of grease pan kind of guys.
Yeah,
I like that kind of idea, boys. It's gonna be fun. We got a couple games against Waterloo this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We've actually got a watch party happening in downtown Lincoln on Saturday at Big Ten Sports Bar. Come out and support your Lincoln Stars. It'll be a great night. Food, drinks, all the like, and you get to watch these guys go out there and play some hockey this weekend. The only rink in the USHL that still has Olympic-sized ice, funnily enough, in Waterloo. But it'll be a fun one. Thank you guys for joining me this week. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We got more ticket programming coming up for you in a bit. I'm Alexander Fern. This has been Outside the Box. Everybody stay safe. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Boxing is back this Saturday with Brawloween at the Complex. The Midwest's best professional boxers will display their best performances with hometown favorites Clyde Godzilla Johnson and Cody Kerr among the boxers. Get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com where you can live stream this event as well. Nebraska football plays on Friday, so Saturday is open for you to attend or watch. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 18th. It's Brawloween at the Complex, located at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to 40